We did it.
Hey, everybody. It's the Mythos Weekly Gear Roundup. I'm Zach.
Matthew, whoa.
And, man, this is a week.
Thanks a lot, everybody.
Yeah.
Who decided? Would you think that if we
let's see. I think
if
them and them.
Do you think that if we had something planned for this week, we just punted? Or do you think we would have just said...
I would have said, let's wait.
Yeah. Even if we had teased it? Or if we had not teased it? Because a lot of this stuff was not teased very, very long.
No, it wasn't. I mean, some of it wasn't teased at all.
Yeah.
So, for those joining us, we like to wrap up all the gear that came out throughout the week and just chat about it, give you guys our thoughts. If you're watching on Instagram, come join us on YouTube. If you're watching on YouTube, give us a thumbs up and a like and tell us where you're watching from and all those things. So, should we just get started? Should we just get right into it?
There's so much to talk about. I mean, we could...
Wait.
Whoa. What?
Free USA shipping on mythospedals.com this weekend with coupon code Positron. We talked about the Positron on the pedal pushers, and you guys were like, oh, it's a Big Muff? I like Big Muff pedals, and you actually bought some.
Sometimes it just takes a little direct approach with your marketing.
Yeah, saying, this is what it is, and it sounds good.
I mean, sometimes that works.
Sometimes it does work.
We're learning. We're learning.
Every day, something
right. Everyone's
new.
saying where they're from.
I love it.
Is this live? Yes, Travis. Niles. It's live.
Oh, man. Okay. So, kicking off.
So, wait. I thought we should just talk about the Walrus canvas power supplies.
Oh, yeah.
An hour straight. Just forget everything else. I know there's lots of other stuff you guys want to talk about, but I'm very excited about talking power supplies.
Are you?
Yeah, I am. I love it.
I think I want to talk about power supplies, and I have a lot of thoughts about power supplies, and we'll get to that.
All right, we'll talk about the rest of the gear first, then.
Yeah.
Let's
go. Here we go. Doink.
Woo.
Well, it's not showing the whole word.
What happened? It's the Epiphone.
The Epiphone. Well, let's see. The Epiphone. There it is.
There it is. So this was first up this week.
This was
the Cesar Gunpoint research team over at Gibson knocked another one out. Yeah. That is my running joke.
That's a running joke here around the shop. Matthew's like, who is Cesar yelling at to get another product release?
It's incredible.
They have been. I mean, it's been like twice a month.
It's incredible. So I'm more power to them. I love it. That's some efficiency right there.
Well, this one was. I mean, I love all the stuff that Epiphone's been doing. Gibson has been. They've announced a few things that I'm like, oh yeah, that's cool. But this guitar, the USA made Coronet, I'm over the moon with the look of it, and I have to go play one. And it's. I don't need, obviously, I don't need another guitar. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in this room alone, and that's too many. But
look,
I really want this.
Look how cool this is. We're egging each other on this.
I mean, this one is like, let's see. Oh,
where'd it go?
There it is.
Look at that thing. And I just mentioned on one of the shows, a live stream or the pedal pushers, that I still don't have a dedicated P90 guitar that I play.
Look how close I can get.
Wow. And this is pretty cool. This is right up my alley.
I mean,
everything about it is rad. Epiphone USA is rad. Mm-hmm. It's just cool.
Yeah, so for those that don't know, the Coronet was basically their version of like a Junior.
Junior.
Look what you did. I can't believe what you did. It's one of my favorite lines from that movie.
Oh, I love it.
But the Coronet is basically the Les Paul Jr. of the Epiphone line. And back in the day, this was the even more budget-friendly version of the Junior that was made in the same factory as Gibson. Mm-hmm. And I just love this look of it. The squared-off body, the stark white pickguard, the little
knobbies. What are those knobbies?
I don't know. The hexagonal
cool,
sort of knobs.
Yeah.
The P90. I like that it's a soap bar. It's just absolutely great. It's got the bikini logo, and yeah, I really really like it.
Love it. Let's get one.
I like this, and it's just cherry and black.
We need one for the shop for R&D.
Yeah, well, always, right?
Yeah.
And now Epiphone makes a Coronet. Looks like a toy with the bright white knobs. Disagree. I think those knobs. I mean, that's what they would have had because Epiphone guitars try to differentiate themselves from the Gibson guitars. I mean, obviously it's styled different, but I like the knobs. There was the Coronet went through a bunch of different revisions over the years.
So they make like actual overseas Epiphone versions.
I'm
too,
pretty
right?
sure they make. Man, there's a lot of
stuff going on here.
Designer. Okay, yeah. So here's the other Coronet, which is all rounded off. That's more of a later model. That's like a '60s model Coronet, and with the dog ear and the bat wing sort of pick guard, reflector knobs.
That's
I like
cool
that.
too.
Yeah, like the Coronet. Like I said, that's the junior. The Wilshire, that's the special. And then the Epiphone made a Melody Maker version called the Olympic, which was an even more stripped down version.
Mr. History over here.
Yeah. I really like Epiphone, like American-made Epiphones from the 50s and 60s. I think they're really neat.
Yeah, so probably doing the squared off to save on sanding time.
Yeah, I mean, and
like
that was
like that
was a model. So like they are pulling from
but just
a piece of history.
choosing to go with that version probably a little easier when it's squared off.
Yeah, because there's going to be less prep time.
I like that it's a soap bar. I know someone mentioned that dog ears. Usually they do almost all single pickup guitars with the P90s or dog ear, but these are adjustable, so that's nice.
I like the height adjustment.
Yeah, it's nice to have some height adjustment there, I think. So I like it, and it's cool. It's just a little tighter.
And we've talked about this a lot because you guys, when you worked at Lawler, you made the dog ear height adjustment.
Oh, we sold a ton of those. We made a bunch of like a pack that you could buy, and it had all these different shims that you could do for the dog ear because you can't adjust them. So it was a way to help out to get the tone right.
Yeah, and it like that's something that if you're not hip to that idea on a dog ear. Wait, I have another drink.
Yeah.
That's weak.
The fizz on the Kroger seltzers are much higher than the LaCroix.
They like pump it up like a bicycle.
Yeah, this burns. This kind of hurts a little bit, which is what I like. Hurt me.
But on a dog ear, you're stuck with the output of the pickup, really. You can adjust the pole screws, but that doesn't really do that much. But yeah, the shims that you can get, I guess Lawler still makes them, and a lot of people make them. And some vintage Gibsons had shims. That's the only way to really get the output balanced is by literally raising the magnet and everything.
At least on when there's just a dog ear bridge, you're not balancing it with the neck, which is helpful. But yeah. So
I'm really into this. I think this is one of the coolest things that has come out.
Yeah, I dig it a lot.
In a while. Like I love all the I love the new inspired by custom stuff, but that is so wicked, and it's they're what, 17 $1,700, which for an American made guitar,
not bad.
That is that cool looking.
Yeah. Although we have some disagreement in the chat. Mr. Jim here is overpriced as usual by Gibson.
I mean, okay.
It's tough. It's
hard disagree.
Hard disagree for me as well.
Because
everybody has their price, just ask the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase. Everyone has their price. That was his tagline. Come on, you don't remember that?
I thought who's the guy that they had the doll? You could like look through his eye. Oh, that's the Bonnet Man.
I'm talking about the $1 Million Man.
Well, didn't they say something?
There's a
$6 million man.
That was the $6 Million Man.
Okay.
The $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase.
What would he know?
He was just a rich guy. He was the rich guy, but he had a slave. It was bad. Don't look it up.
Ooh,
it was not good.
Took a turn.
Yeah,
Can't monetize this one.
No, it's fine. I'm just explaining. It was bad, but R.I.P. Virgil. Wrestling taking over, but I think it's tough. USA made guitar. It's like I don't know how low you can go anymore.
Yeah,
so.
And I think for a nitrocellulose finish, American production, higher quality woods, like everything about it is going to be elevated, and this is something that look, if you want to pay prices for overseas labor, that's fine. But that's a big thing. Yeah. Like, let's think about this. These people working at Gibson,
they're our neighbors.
They're literally our neighbors.
We see them
earning
all the time.
A real wage, and that's not cheap. It's not free. So Anyway,
There you go.
2 pickups you're in. Does this mean...
I get it. Hey, man. What's up?
Hey.
We're on live stream right now. You want to say hi to
You want to
everybody?
get on camera?
You want to get on camera and say hi? This is our favorite UPS driver.
James.
What's up? Hey. Always bringing us cool stuff.
Hey, y'all have a good week.
You too, man. What do we get?
These are knobs in pots.
Oh, cool.
So, anyway, but someone asked if we went and tried the Epiphone inspired.
We're gonna do it next week.
Yeah, we're gonna try to do that next week.
Yeah, we had a little bit of a busy week getting through some stuff, but
Okay.
there we go.
What's next?
Oh man, there's so much stuff.
so much
on
stuff.
Here. So we're gonna go. We got Beach Boys coming.
We're gonna do that next.
But let's get.
Let's do this.
You want to do that one first?
Because I
Okay.
typed it and I have a box in my
The
hand.
onward.
Onward.
The onward and upward. Ah. So
What's the Simpsons joke?
it's up.
Oh no, it's up and at
Adam.
Up and at them.
Yes, it's up and Adam. All right.
I'm sorry.
You're distracted. You opened a knob box right here. What do you got? You want to show people what we got?
Ooh. Look at this thing.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, jeez. Did that make it on camera? Oh.
Strat shield. And strat plastics
And
new wire and some potentiometers. Okay.
Very cool.
I mean, this is exciting.
I'm excited. So, oh, come on. It's a new Chase Bliss, man. Everybody's... All right, who's excited about this thing? Onward. I think we've probably talked enough about Chase Bliss, about how you and I feel about Chase Bliss. Wonderfully made pedals. Beautiful. Do a million things. I don't know what to do with it.
Right. Yeah. So I watched.
Did you watch the demo?
I watched this with Joel,
With Joel?
and it's like it's cool. I don't see it as a guitar effect.
Yeah.
I think in like a studio.
Because the sampler.
I don't dynamic sampler. Yeah, it does glitching things and freezing.
It's a bleepy bloopy pedal
Yeah.
from Chase Bliss. That's what they do.
There's something about, like, I don't understand from looking at them what they do, because they all have. There's not like one, like clear descriptor on the pedals. So for me, I'd have to go to the website to look them up to remember even what the differences were.
Yeah.
But it has a cool sound, and I think it's neat. But
I mean, every time I listen to any of their stuff, I always think it sounds good. I just don't hear anything that I would do in them as a guitar player. So, I leave that to the creatives. I just want to hammer.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like a lot of the things that this thing does, I hear plugins and stuff doing that when I'm messing with Logic and whatnot, but needing that at my feet on a pedal board, I don't see the value in it. But maybe that's just me. I know a lot of people love these things, and I do think it's cool sounds, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know how I would integrate it into anything I would
I
ever
say
do.
it every time, and you guys are probably sick of it, but I wish I was good enough to play this stuff. I still think I need to work on phrasing. So, non-human audio right here. Want to pop that up?
Oh,
Because I agree, so I want to put it up there. I will say this is that we should put it over my face. Shout out to non-human audio. This is probably
too much stuff on the screen.
This is probably my least favorite Chase Bliss looking pedal yet. I don't really like the logo as much. A lot of times when a Chase Bliss pedal comes out, that first 15 minutes, I try to convince myself to buy one.
Yeah.
Because it looks so good and it's exciting. Because it's brand new and it looks beautiful, and they do such a good job of presenting everything. And this one, I didn't feel that way at all. The look of it to me doesn't really hit the way that all the rest of them have so far.
Yeah, I don't really like the font choice. I don't mind the kind of the landscape sort of topographical map. But I don't know. I think with all their other stuff having such a pop of color.
Yeah, that's probably what I'm missing.
It feels a little more subdued, which is odd for something that's so not a subdued sound.
Yeah. But I'm always
personally
interested to hear what people do with these things, and better guitar players than me. Who's excited? Who's buying one? Who already bought
Different guitar
one?
players than you.
Different guitar players. I know. I always.
Yeah. So who said? Someone said they're less. Oh, non-human audio. They're less, not effects, but more like a sympathetic instrument, and I get that. I just don't. I don't get it. I don't know. I mean, I get it. I just don't. It's not. I have no desire. There's no pull.
The
Chroma console and those things, like because they do so much, but also I'm like I know I could utilize that.
But also, it's like the Chroma console again fills that like, oh, it just looks like something I want.
Well, that's
and
true.
that is part of this. This is like part of when we're doing our job. We want to design something that So I'm curious with the guys over at Chase Bliss. Like they must have intentionally made it this way. Maybe to do something different. Maybe there's so much color and so much like razzmatazz with the way their stuff looks. Maybe they wanted something that was a little more muted.
What a great
razzmatazz
phrase.
Yeah,
or is that a word? That's just one word.
Get Shitty. I'm reading his name. I'm not cussing.
No,
his
I know.
Name is Get Shitty. He's getting
Shitty.
one. So, but one day I'll jump into the Chase Bliss pool. One day, I'll do.
You think so?
Yeah, of course.
I don't think so.
You don't think I ever will?
No.
Once I'm so good that I have time to mess with something.
I don't think it's about skill.
I know it's not about skill. I mean, I think it is a little bit about skill because, like, I feel like
you could learn how to use that.
I know I could use it. I'm just saying is that like I'm still not happy with my bass guitar playing, and I feel like that's gonna take me away.
When
from
did you
that.
pick up playing bass?
All right, well, let's move on. This guy's.
That was good.
That was really good.
That was good.
That was good. That was good.
It was a good joke. Anyway, moving on to it's teeny tiny on the screen here, but
Yeah.
for wait, man, why would they start including patch cables? JHS, Robert Keeley, and our pal Christopher Benson. But I mean, all those guys are our pals. Released a whole slew of
Surf's up, baby.
beachy stuff.
A lot of beachy stuff.
A lot of beachy stuff over on Sweetwater.com.
All right, and it's still available.
Still available. So it's so teeny tiny. There was like a splash page over here.
You just search Beach Boys.
Oh, is that what you have to do?
Search Beach Boys.
Beach Boys.
Hey, the Beach Boys, man.
Okay.
And then it's still. Where's the splash page?
I don't know.
I thought it'd be right here. There's a bundle. You can get a bundle.
Bundle.
You can bundle it.
Bundle up. Chris released the Surf's Up, Tube Spring Reverb, and Optical Tremolo.
Probably my favorite of the 5 things.
And those are gone.
I think those are all sold out.
Those are also
Yeah.
sold. JHS did the Good Vibrations, which is, I think it seems like a Univibe. I believe it's a Univibe.
Yeah.
And the Punchline.
The full bass rig.
A full bass rig. Mm-hmm. Well, does it have an amplifier or it's just an effect? It's just an effect. And then Keeley has the California Girls 12-string sim, the I Get Around rotary sim.
Okay.
And
That's it.
that's it.
5
That's
things?
it.
Yeah. All right. Who bought these things? Who bought?
Yeah,
them?
anybody buy
in the
one?
chat buy any of these?
What
do you think about this?
I love the aesthetic on Robert's pedals. I think the bent metal with those large Bakelite knobs looks just awesome. I like the jewel. All of that I think is pretty hot. Although I wish it's like you go to this great length, and I wish it was a real like nameplate
That would be cool.
instead of a.
But I understand.
I mean, I totally understand the cost of it and the thing.
But yeah,
But it's a neat
it's
slopes
beautiful
thing.
Yeah, it looks great.
Jacob over at F5's killing it. I
like the Good Vibrations too. I think that looks really neat.
I don't like this designed as much.
I like it though. I do.
Well, okay.
That's it.
Good.
We just disagree. It's okay.
So
There you go, Graham. P.
John
I ordered the Leslie.
Stamos enters the chat.
I know Mr. Stamos was hot and bothered.
Oh,
I'm sure
man.
he got a pull box for free. They just sent it.
You
They
think
just
so?
went straight to Stamos. Yeah. No, I like to look at those ones. It's simple.
This one's a lot. There's a lot of knobbies on the punchline there.
Bass players, y'all need all that.
Yeah, y'all need
all need all
that
that?
many knobs.
Yeah.
So it's got a EQ, amp sim drive, compressor, XLR outs, rather. Where's the back? Ground lift. Yeah, I don't know. Like, it's not something I saw coming. I had been talking to Addison, and he had mentioned something about, like, yeah, we're at Sweetwater filming this Beach Boys thing, and I was like, what?
Yeah. Because
And,
there's
I
a big Apple TV, or Disney Plus documentary coming out
Is there?
on the Beach Boys. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I'm curious about the good vibrations, the sound of it. I overheard Jeff was listening to Rhett, Josh and Rhett and Chris, I think is the other guy, their video, and I was listening to that where they like wrote, quote unquote, a Beach Boys style song, and I couldn't like pick anything out except the California Girls. Everything else, because I wasn't like intently watching, I was just listening. It all felt a little, it just sounded like Beach Boys stuff.
So it accomplished the job they set out to do?
It did. I don't know if the song necessarily sounded Beach Boys-esque, personally. But anyway, that was neither here nor there. It was it's cool to see a group of guys making a tune like that. But, yeah, I don't know. Not something I saw coming. I don't know if this is something the world needs. I don't know if people still like the Beach Boys that much.
I never thought of them as a guitar band.
Me neither.
Yeah.
Not really.
Bass band?
Bass band, maybe.
But Surf's Up.
Surf's Up, dog. And so next up on the list...
let's keep going.
Should we just go right to this?
Whatever you want to do.
You know him. You love him. Wolfie got a guitar.
Finally. They've been teasing this thing forever.
Yeah, so they've been talking about the SA-126.
What's that stand for?
Are
you going to make something up?
I was going to.
Yeah.
But it was all like really explicit.
Tell me off cam.
Oh man.
Or text it to me.
But yeah, it's cool. So like essentially, like this is the one I've seen the most. It's like a combination semi-hollow thing. It has like a shreddy neck, really small, thin neck. Hot pickups that don't have it doesn't have height adjustment screws on the side. They're like mounted. They must be mounted to a block under there.
Well, they're mounted because that's how Ed would have done it.
Yeah, that's like the Eddie way.
Eddie would have done it.
A big harmonica bridge. I don't like that personally.
What about that?
Can I zoom in on this? There we go.
Big honker.
The big
What?
Big honker.
That's what I said.
The harmonica bridge, don't like that. Not crazy about these witch hat knobs on there too. I like the E F hole.
Oh. Eddie's birthday was 126.
And
thanks,
semi-acoustic. Okay,
that makes sense. There you go.
I
knew you guys would know in the chat.
The video I saw from
inlays. Yeah,
from
kind of fun.
The initial launch video. The inlays look like W's. They were connected at the bottom, and it's like on the standard production they're just like a three dashes.
So like a W like for Wolf.
Yeah, which I like. I think that's really cool. But yeah, I mean, Wolfgang makes everything sound good because he's awesome. He seems like such a sweetheart too,
and everybody loves him too.
Yeah, because I saw a video of him just at Guitar Center like talking about it. I was like, man, this guy seems so nice.
I saw him open for Metallica, and the band was absolutely pummeling.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were. I mean, they broke out all the heaviest stuff they could. But it's like if they kind of sound like to me like if the Foo Fighters were as heavy as humanly possible. You can tell how much like his like normal songwriting and singing is inspired by Dave Grohl. At least I think so from listening. But then all of like the heavy metal Van Halen and then like Meshuggah comes out too.
Okay.
Which is wild. But it makes sense as the kind of like age he is that he would be into all that stuff because that's you grew up and there's just so many different influences and it's all over the place. It makes sense. But yeah, there's a lot of Meshuggah in there too.
This is it looks like it's like sanded here, probably for like a satin feel. But it's got a scarf joint. That's kind of odd.
And then it's also got a stinger.
And a stinger.
So there's a lot going on.
There's a lot going on in the back.
Yeah. Do they have a USA version?
I'm not
sure. Have they made a USA version?
And it's a bolt-on, which we didn't talk about.
Oh, okay.
So
I'm interested in it. It's cool. I love semi-hollows, obviously.
What do these retail for?
It's like $12.99.
Is that what it is?
I think so. Yeah.
It's probably on.
Hit the sweet vata.
$18.99.
Oh, okay.
So $1,900 reduce.
Oh, okay. Where I saw 12. I thought I saw 12.
Are people going to complain about that? Probably.
Probably. Look, is there a USA one? I want to know.
I mean,
is there?
it's. I mean, Wolfgang USA.
No, that's the name. That's the Eddie. They called it. That's why they can't call the guitar the Wolfgang. Is because that's what Eddie named his guitar.
Right. Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yep. I don't think there is.
I don't think there is. Yeah. Makes sense to go this route first. I think. See if there's some legs with this model, and then maybe do a custom shop version at some point.
Yeah, and I mean,
where are they making these? This is Fender, right?
Yeah, it's I think Fender owns or is part of the production of EVH. They probably own it. I don't know. I'm sure they're imported.
Yeah, I just they're not making them in were they like Indonesia or China or something?
No, I don't think so. They're probably made in Mexico or something. I'm not entirely sure. If anyone knows, put it in the comments.
What about the colors? Get Shitty is pushing the chat along. Thank you, Get Shitty. Appreciate it.
I like the tobacco burst.
Yeah.
Not really fan of olive drab. The stealth black, that's cool. Purple, no thanks.
That purple, it's
made
nice.
in Mexico.
That purple harkens
Richard,
back though to my favorite original Ernie Ball, Eddie Van Halen color, which was purple because that's the one my dad had.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had the EVH purple. So, shout out to Pops.
Yeah.
Hal was right. It's over.
I just saw this from Josh J.
Hey.
CME demo of the Fates makes you want one now. Great. Get you one. Order. Go to ChicagoMusicExchange.com.
They should have some. Yeah, they should have some.
Get you one.
Trying to sell some pedals. Thanks, Josh.
Thank you, Joshua.
Yeah, let's go.
Positron Love is divine. That's right. Get free USA shipping.
Bow, bow, bow.
In this weekend. On this weekend.
Let's go.
Okay. Next thing.
Let's power through.
Why don't we? We'll do
However you want to do it.
We'll do this.
Finally, we get to the good stuff. I'm just excited about this. This is cool.
Power supplies. So, Walrus released their new Canvas line of power supplies.
Yeah.
And they have 5 out, 8 out, 15 out, or 22.
22 out is
22
is badass.
That's. I want to see it. Good. Look how long it looked like a skateboard.
Dude, somebody should put some wheels on that thing. No, that's the video. Someone put wheels on that thing.
Just like doing a kickflip with your power supply.
I love it,
man. Okay,
but I like that we've admitted that we've gotten.
Oh, and you can link them.
Yeah, dude.
Wow. Okay.
That's
so
cool.
It's through. They're enclosures.
Mm-hmm. When you go to CME and sort pedals by most popular, the Herc is number one.
Alex,
they've sold a lot of Hercs.
Yes, and it's been really great. So thank you all.
Appreciate it.
It's been the Herculean Deluxe has been an incredible release, and yeah, that we saw that the other day, and it was like, oh, that's nice.
Yeah, they've ordered a ton, and they've sold a lot, which is really cool. They've really believed in that one, and we appreciate that.
So I like some of these features kind of remind me of Strymon, with like the through thing.
How long is the 22?
I don't know.
Because that's
specs. It is
16
inches long.
That's not that bad.
That's not so bad.
No, but I'm glad that we've admitted that like pedal boards are getting out of hand and we need a 22.
Yeah,
like that's awesome. Like I appreciate that we're there. People's boards are. I mean, I just built a 12 pedal board, so I don't need a 22, but it's like it's getting out of hand.
I like the sort of like the color little flag thing.
They're building a brand with their accessories, which I think is cool. Like yeah.
But yeah, like, I mean, I think one of the things that's interesting, only 2 of the outputs on this 22 volt are variable.
Variable. I would think on 22, you would want more than that.
You would think. Yeah. And I'm not sure. Let's see. They each deliver 500 milliamps. So
wow.
That's a lot of power.
Beef City, USA.
I'm not. I feel like if you have that many pedals on your board, that you probably want more variety. Or that. Yeah. They appear to be identical to the mono power supplies. That's what it is.
They look like the monos?
Yeah, they do. The mono power supply has that same sort of same
Oh,
sort
right.
of appearance.
That kind of like
the rounded thing, and then the link,
Interesting.
and the toggle switch with the 3. Yeah, that's okay. I mean, not exactly, but let's talk about power supplies for just a second.
We gonna go deep, bud?
Well, I'm going to recommend, or I'm going to not endorse one power supply, because there has been one power supply brand that historically, with Mjolnirs and Mythos pedals in general,
I know where this is going.
have caused me so much duress.
Yeah.
And that is Strymon. And I don't know if that's because the switches are easy to switch and people don't know.
Just be careful out there.
But yeah, you got to be extra careful. But I've just had a lot of trouble over the years with people swearing up and down that their Strymon, either the Ojai or the Zuma, is set to 9 and it's blowing protection diodes. And then I usually have to twist someone's arm to say, okay, get a multimeter, measure it, make sure it's putting out 9, and they'll say, oh, it's putting out more than that. I'm like, okay. So, because what happens is they get mad at me because they say, why is my pedal not working? And I say, your power supply is bad. And they say, no, it can't be that. And then they measure it, and it's spitting out more than it should. And, you know, I love Strymon stuff. I genuinely love their pedals. But I'm just letting you guys know I've had a lot of issues with those power supplies.
Yeah.
I think like running like a digital board.
Yeah.
Like if you have a lot of stuff like that, if you're using like, you know, the Strymon bridge or a lot of digital effects, it makes a lot of sense. But for whatever reason, just they have blown up a lot of Mjolnirs over the years. So
There you go.
and noise problems and things.
Yeah,
like
it's
that.
usually when we're trying to troubleshoot. That's a early question.
Well,
for the customers.
Anytime we're troubleshooting a pedal, there's just a couple things we want to check. First, is it plugged in the right way? Because hey, if you've only had one pedal before and you sometimes you plug it in backwards, it doesn't work. What power supply do you have? Are your cables okay? Oftentimes cables appear to be fine, and in some instances they are fine, and then you try them with other pedals and they don't work. So but power supply is the number.
I mean, I
one.
will say this, that like the percentage of pedals that we get back where people say they don't work and we plug them in and they work is like 99%.
Yeah, most
95 maybe?
Maybe I'd say 90%.
No,
I would say 90%.
90% of the time they end up working. When we
And
get
it's
them.
either a cable or a power supply issue, or just dirty power in wherever they're playing.
Yeah, I like that. I'm hearing Strymon sucks.
No, I genuinely love.
Yeah, we have a lot of Strymon pedals.
Yeah, like I have a bunch, and I mean,
just somehow it's just they make the power supplies that work for their pedals, and sometimes it might just be a little wonky with other stuff. It happens. Yeah.
And I think it's mainly stuff that has charge pumps and that sort of thing. Because like a lot of pedals can handle more voltage. Maybe not digital stuff, but if it has a charge pump, if it's got a regulator that changes the amount of it changes the voltage inside the circuit, it has to be locked in at what the pedal says it has to be. And anytime you play with that, then you run the risk of damaging it.
There you go. But yeah, these are cool. I like the sizing is interesting. I'm being able to chain them together. Someone said here, chain 222s, you get 44. And you can power them. You can power
math in your head, folks.
You can power everybody's neighborhood.
Yeah,
let's go. Just power everything.
Just powering the whole gig.
We can charge
just right in the front.
We could charge your car outside off of it.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
One time, or right after I got my car, I have an electric car, and it has a power cord in the trunk. And I was like, oh, cool. If I'm in a pinch, and then there's like a note on it that says, to fully charge your car with this cord, it takes 80 hours. Like, okay. Guess I'm not using this. I mean, that's like if you're like stranded. Okay.
All right, cool.
So, the next thing.
Big week.
Diamond. Vibrato.
Okay. This was, yesterday, I think this came out.
Yes. So the Diamond, wait.
Diamond.
Is that it? The first round sold out immediately. So.
Of course it did.
They were.
Sorry, I'm tapping. I start feeling it.
So they were using NOS Panasonic 3007 chips, and those are gone. They've sold out. So they're going to switch to a new production 3007. So what is that? That is a not Cool Audio. It's an X5 chip. The Behringer owns the company that makes the Bucket Brigade chips, and during the pandemic, when they were selling Behringer pedals at Sweetwater and places hand over fist, and I was trying to get chips,
You bought them all.
they said, you can't have any because we're using them. It's like, cool. So anyway,
There it is.
that's it. The Diamond Vibrato. I saw pictures and it was like green.
Maybe? I thought I saw green too.
Yeah. But
You still add to cart?
this is for the next batch.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a smaller version of their vibrato. Looks like it has. You guys might have to really inform me on this. Is this kind of like a chorus too? Because a 3007, that's what would be. That's the chip that would be in like a CE2. Or you could use it as a vibrato. I mean, we use a 3207, which is the same basic function, but a different manufacturer, different pinout.
Who's hot?
Who's hot for this thing?
Yeah.
I'm sure it's cool. I have no interest in getting one because I feel like the Fates does exactly what
We
I
make
need.
a pedal. But it's another one out there for y'all to check out. Get a Fates. Or it's our show.
It is our show.
We're trying to feed our families.
We are.
Yeah.
But
we got
families be hungry.
Yeah, but this looks cool. People were real excited about this yesterday. Where did it go? Did it go away for a reason? Were they out of chips?
Probably.
or
I mean, if
something?
they wanted to use a Panasonic chip,
And they
those
just
are
needed-
really hard to get.
And
it's really hard to find. Like, you have to basically, with all Bucket Brigade chips, you have to get them from the manufacturer or like a legit reseller. And they're so expensive that when, like, I was running out of chips for the Oracle, I got a little desperate, so I started ordering just random ones from eBay. And they're all fakes, and none of them worked. And you can't get it's such a fight to get like, you know, them to talk to you about anything, because it's all just like overseas companies. And getting chips for these sort of things is like, if you want real Panasonic chips, you have to you're, you know, using every resource at your disposal. Original's going for insane profit prices on Reverb. Interesting.
As they do. What's next?
Someone have a question about.
I got Seafoam Green. Yeah, there was a green.
Yeah, okay, that's what I
green.
thought. I saw someone asking a question about. Oh, Jim. If a pedal recommends 400 milliamps, the UA Lion, would it be safer for a little more or less? So, milliamps is not voltage, right? Like, think of like when you're wiring your house, or you go to like trip a breaker, right? Usually those have an amperage allotment. So that's 120 volts for in the United States, and then you'll have usually like a 5 amp or a 10 amp breaker. So what that means is that is how much power you have at your disposal that you can use on that circuit. So pedal is the same thing. If it's 9 volts and it pulls 35 milliamps, and you plug a 200 or a 2000 milliamp one spot into that pedal, it's only going to pull the 35 milliamps, and then you have the remaining 1900 some odd milliamps at your disposal. So you can't go below a recommended milliamp setting on, especially things with any sort of digital stuff, but don't. As long as you have enough available, don't worry too much about it. You're not going to mess it up by using more than what it's required. That's just how much current draw it needs to operate. Because like I've seen bulbs. Adam Savage was doing a video on the new Ghostbusters movie. He was looking at some props, and they had some fans that drew just like a couple volts, but the current draw was huge to make it operate because they spun really fast. So like that's interesting because current draw and voltage is a different thing. So I hope that clarifies.
So if you've got a pedal that is like say you got like a HX1's like needs 500. If I plug it into one that's 200 only, well, is that bad? Will it blow up? Or
Not going to damage it.
It just won't work?
It just won't give it enough voltage. It won't give it enough amperage to operate
Got it.
correctly. It's like if you've ever had a Strymon board or a Strymon pedal on your board and you had something like an old Voodoo Lab, which only has a couple high current or high current out jacks. You plug it in, the Strymon will go tick, 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 and it won't work. And you'll see the lights flash and you hear the relays click. That's because it's not getting enough amperage to operate.
There you go. Cool.
There you go.
Learning.
I saw someone mentioning. Oh no!
Whoa! What'd you do?
Change the camera.
We look like crap.
Yeah, that's the display camera from my. I have an Apple like studio display.
Yes, you do.
Monitor, which it was nightmarishly expensive, and how they can't get a good camera installed in these things
They don't
is
care.
beyond me.
Steve Jobs rolling in his grave.
Yeah, he's like, oh, my cameras!
Put a better camera on there, Tim Cook.
Re-release the iPad or the iPod.
iPod ruled, man.
iPod. Man, I need more caffeine.
I need a sandwich.
You do? Did you have your sandwich?
No, I didn't have my sandwich yet.
Oh, man.
I'm ready to eat it. Oh my gosh, I did see this.
Here it is, the Wampler mosfet. Wait,
I see that. Where's it going?
God.
What? Click on
Bless
it.
America.
Click on it.
There it is.
Looks like it wants to.
Brian, I don't like your website, brother.
This thing looks like it wants to pummel you.
It looks like it's
That's cool.
predicting the end of civilization as we know it.
I mean, honestly, that's good marketing then, right?
Is it?
If it looks like it, then if that's what it should sound like too.
Well, it's a mostortion.
What is that?
So the MT10 was an Ibanez pedal. The mostortion is part of the 10 series. Like, whoa.
Whoa.
Like this. You guys know this. It's fine. You don't have to cover your face.
What?
You slapped your hand as soon as I clicked this, and I thought I broke the switch.
That's awesome.
But it was just it's a pretty interesting overdrive distortion circuit that uses MOSFETs, onboard MOSFET op amps. I don't know. People really like it. It has a full EQ, and so Brian and Co have released a version of that, and
Does it chunk?
I
chug?
assume it chunks.
Yeah.
The Charlie Starless ball. We could talk about
What?
that.
There's another guitar?
There's all sorts. There's so much stuff.
I know. This looks cool.
I don't like the name. I don't understand. What is the name in reference to?
The MOSFET?
Well, I get it's it's a play on MOSFET.
And
but
Mostortion.
Mofetta?
Maseta.
I don't know. Do you guys in the chat know what a Mofetta is?
It just makes me think of the JHS pedal.
Jeff, do we wear the same shirt?
We have the same.
He has a pocket. Mine's got a skull on it.
We did wear the same hat today, which is okay because it's our hat.
And I'm getting a haircut, so I had to wash my hair, and it's all fluffy.
I got a haircut last week, but I'm lazy and dumb.
So
Tim Pierce likes the
the Mostortion. Yes,
cool
he does.
Mostortion. That's cool.
He likes the Mostortion and the Nobles, and I think he'd like.
Oh my gosh!
Show it.
Oh my!
I'm gonna set it right here so
oh
we can look at this. We can show the
Show
back.
Show the back. But you posted a picture of this.
I did.
Of the back.
There he goes.
Whoa!
Oh, man.
Somebody's coming.
He'll like that. We'll send one to him.
All right.
But I don't know. Like
It's
okay.
another overdrive distortion. I love it. Rock and roll, baby. Let's go.
I want to know what the name means.
Yeah, the JHS Muffaletta. That's what I said. That's
Muffaletta / MOSFET, but why would
But I get confused.
why would he reference a pedal that already exists?
That's a big muff.
Yeah, in a sandwich.
I love that sandwich.
Mofeta is a
how
skunk
good
in Spanish.
You know how good a muffaletta is? What a great sandwich.
I'm not big on a lot of stuff on a sandwich, so I probably wouldn't like it.
Love that sandwich. Like a real deal one from New Orleans?
I probably wouldn't like
Terrific.
it. I'm such a
Terrific.
plain, boring eater.
You are.
And
I've
accepted that.
Stuff.
I don't like stuff.
Give me stuff on it.
Don't want stuff.
No.
My friends growing up said I was afraid of flavor.
Afraid of flavor?
I'm better now.
You're afraid of flavor?
That's what they said.
That's a good album title.
Afraid of flavor, but
Tyler Hall, not a Herc Deluxe. This is not a Herc Deluxe, Tyler. It's
no. If it was a Herc Deluxe, I wouldn't show just the back of it. This website, why is it? I'm clicking left. Hold on.
Friedman.
Left.
That came out this morning. It's hot off the presses. Let's go. What are you doing?
I'm clicking.
Just go to the search bar.
I know,
up there.
but there it is. God.
Heads. There it is.
Jeez.
The Plex.
$2,800 dues. So, Zach is buttered noodles. Buttered noodles are good.
Butter noodles are good.
They are
I do
good.
like butter noodles.
Yeah.
I do like complex, rich flavors.
Seasoning isn't scary. It's not the seasoning. It's the other stuff. I like the seasoning. But, like, all the other crap on the sandwich, I don't want any of that.
You don't want onions. You don't want tomatoes.
Not tomatoes. Don't like tomatoes.
Tomatoes are great. Bad tomatoes are bad.
Most tomatoes are bad. I've only ever had one tomato that I thought was, like, really good, and my dad grew it. And, like, all the tomatoes out of his garden were really good. Okay, so Friedman.
We heard about this.
Well,
I heard about this for a while.
I knew because Rhett told me, and then I saw a guy leak it on Facebook on the Friedman amp group
Just
page.
a couple days ago.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, that's funny. But essentially,
The Plex.
it's the Plex, which I don't know.
It's getting
Marshall,
right. That's getting right up to it, isn't it?
I don't know. I don't know how they're gonna get away with that.
I would have called it the Pex.
the pegs
Drop the L
or the
too.
pelks.
Or the Plex.
The Plex?
The Plex.
I don't know about that one.
Caramelized onion are from. I love.
No, I like caramelized onions.
I get caramelized onions on.
This is just evolved.
No, I get caramelized onions on my burger when we go to Five Guys.
Yeah, oh yeah, well
They're really good there. Yeah.
I love it on a burger. Non-human audio. Kind of surprised they didn't call it something insanely juvenile.
Non-human audio.
You're right.
You're absolutely right because it's the biggest turnoff for me with Friedman. Is the names. I'm just not into it. Not my thing. Don't like it.
Well, so this is based on Dave Friedman's personal 1968 Super Lead Plexi. Is Plexi not trademarked?
It has to be.
It probably is. Which kicked off his lifelong quest for tone. So I'm not sure. It's got internal channel jumping, got a post-phase inverter,
So
master volume.
it's
It's a 50 watt. Okay.
Okay, there it is.
It looks small. And so it's kind of hard to tell. It must be a small box.
Plexi is definitely better than the Wrinkly Bear.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. That's great.
Yeah.
That's much better.
I think this is definitely a response to the flack. I feel like the flack for Friedman's names has definitely come into the limelight in the past couple years.
Yeah.
I think when the Pink Taco came out, people were like, but now, even then, I was like, I don't
like it.
That's
I don't
not.
like it.
It's not
clever.
I'm not gonna tell people what I'm playing. I'm playing a Friedman. I wouldn't say I'm playing a.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's some old dude stuff. It's not.
Oh.
But I don't know. Rhett said it sounded really good.
Yeah, the demo sounded good. I watched the demo this morning.
Okay.
It sounded good. Yeah. I mean, if it's just a clone, it should sound really good.
Well, it's got some switchies.
It's got some little different stuff in there. Right?
I wish there was just a complete simple bullet point. I freaking hate this. That there's not.
That's a good.
What is it?
Oh, every builder is like, this is based on my personal legendary piece of gear. What if they have one of the bad ones?
Well, I mean, undoubtedly somebody does.
Somebody out there does. That's a very good point.
Is this on Sweetwater yet? I'm sure it is. There it is. Oh, okay. Oh, so it's just internally jumped, and each channel has a bright switch. Okay. Master volume. Cool. Dig it. Nothing will dethrone that PRS.
We got to crank that thing this week, and I'll say this every time you play that amp, but it sounds like what guitar amps are always supposed to sound like to me.
Yeah.
Like you hear that and you go, oh, that's what that is.
Yeah.
Because you hear all of it, like all the nuance, all the overtones, all the frequencies, like everything is there, and I'm like, that's what we grew up loving. That sound there.
It is 100% the sound of a roaring Marshall in my head is that PRS. Mine's the HX50, and then Line 6 was like, and they renamed it to HDRX50. So mine's an earlier one. But like I don't think anybody believes me until they hear it. Because I swear it is the best sounding version of that circuit I've ever heard.
It's so good.
And I've played all the old ones, and that one just smokes everything. But yeah, but this is the 50 watt. The 20 watt's okay. It's okay. But the 50 watt.
It sounds amazing.
It's incredible. Is there anything we missed before we've been going about? Yeah.
Big.
Charlie Starr, Les Paul Jr.
Les Paul Jr. Oh, we talked about that yesterday. I forgot to put it on the list. I apologize, people.
Is love at first feel, to quote Charlie Starr, to quote Bon Scott. Funny.
If you're quoting Bon Scott, you're cool in my book.
Love at first feel.
Is
it
out?
Not on? I don't think it doesn't look like it's on. It doesn't appear to be up yet.
Dang.
Let's see if we
Did they announce it today?
Well, electric.
Burp. Oh, excuse me, I'm sorry.
You go burp.
I do. I go burp when I burp.
I go burp when I burp.
It's my thing.
It's your thing.
Scroll button.
I don't see it. I don't see it. Exclusives? Nope.
Is it out? Do they talk about it? Is it on? Go to Instagrams.
But it should be on their website.
Well, not everybody.
Artist. Okay, Rick Beato, Kirk Hammett, Billy Joe, Rick Beato, / Adam Jones, Frampton, / Adam Jones, Dave Amato,
Nice.
Leroy Parnell, Joe Perry. No, it's not out yet.
Joe Perry.
Okay.
Joe Perry.
Is there a Les Paul Senior? This is the Les Paul. That is the Les Paul.
That is true.
So, slow release.
Okay.
So, okay.
Oh, you're getting pizza for lunch?
Lucky guy.
Dang.
I
have a sad sandwich.
I don't know what I'm going to do. I got to go get a haircut. So.
How far across town is that?
It's in Madison. It's in north part of East Nashville.
There you go. Let's look at it. What else we got here?
Well,
Anybody
we've been streaming for about 54 minutes, about 55 minutes. Any last minute questions?
Gear. So I'm gonna finally finish the board this weekend. My board.
What was left to do? Oh, you got your cables.
Yeah, I got my cables. So I'll be snaking the cables from the pedal board to the amp. So the amp and board will be back in the shop on Monday. That's where it's gonna live. So every break you can hate your life because I will be firing that thing out, respectively.
Great. I'm just glad that thing has a master volume that works.
It does.
Yeah, I got this.
What else?
Oh. Got this guy.
Oh yeah, Dylan Adams slide.
Oh, the Dylan Adams slide.
Thank you,
yes, sir.
Thank you.
Let's pull that up.
There's so much stuff this week.
There was a lot of stuff this week. Man, I put Rock Slide and it's like it pulled up Bulbasaur moves.
Dude, Bulbasaur.
Bulba. My kiddo just totally fell out of love with Pokemon. He was all about it, and then he just
Pokey and the man.
he just got over it. Dylan Adams has got his own Siggy slide. Ka-chow! There it is. It's got like two little groovies. Mm-hmm. He deserves it. Man, what a guitar player and what a sweet guy.
Dylan embraces Big Thursday energy.
He does.
As in, like, he lets us just go ham and he's along for the ride because he's very calm. He's a very calm man.
And we're like, I'm typically calm, but when I'm with like my friends, I'm just like,
and I'm like that all day.
You never stop.
Every day. I never stop. Someone asked what cables we recommend. My whole board is D'Addario. Mm-hmm. We got a good relationship with them, and they have really nice stuff, and they sent a bunch of stuff over for us, and it works out great.
Yeah, I have been using Divine Noise cables. Gil from Divine Noise, I met him at Chicago Music Exchange. Sweet guy, his wife's great, and they made all the cables we took to NAMM. Because I wanted red. I was very specific in what I wanted, so those will probably be the cables I'll use to and from the board. But I'm gonna make all my cables.
You need to make your cables.
I wasn't going to.
You need to make them.
And then how I'm going to lay everything out, it's going to be so specific. If I had someone else do it the way I want it, it's going to be so expensive. So I have a ton of square plug right angle. I need to get some more of the straights, and then I have to buy all the cablage. The only thing that I'm running into is all the square plug ends I are for thicker, like, cable. Not like super, like not like a normal guitar cable thickness, but not quite like thin. Yeah. And so I can't decide if I should just get all new, smaller, thin cable or get what I already have, because I already have like 20 like right angle ends. So I have like half of the stuff I need is already here. Yeah. So I feel like I should just do that.
I think you should. But I used all of the D'Addario, and they were great, and I'm very happy. So.
No, the D'Addario cables are awesome. I like a lot of their patch cables, and we use some of their American Stage stuff. Attenuator or master volume preference? What a good question.
Neil, what's up, Neil? How you doing, man? Neil's one of my favorite Novo customers back in the day. Lots of emails with Neil. Hope he's doing great. Yeah.
Man.
Hi, Neil.
Some master volumes work great. Some attenuators work great. Sometimes they work well with one amp. They don't work well with the other amp. That's like
there you go,
pretty
folks.
much it.
There you go.
I mean,
use what sounds best. And trust the builders that you trust.
If it were up to me, I would rather have a really good master volume on the amp, because I don't like any of that stuff to make it whisper quiet. If you need something to be whisper quiet, use a different amp, because undoubtedly it'll just sound better than trying to take like a 40, 50, 100 watt something or other and trying to clamp it down to be a single percent of that. I've had the Dr. Z / Trainwreck air brake. I've had the brake light. I've got the aux, which I think as an attenuator it's okay. I've never used any of the other ones extensively. The Iron Man from Tone King I've tried. It's okay. Some of those are like ohm specific. One time I didn't realize that the Iron Man had a wattage specification, and I plugged a 100 watt Marshall into it at Carter and left it running. And I came back in later, and one of the guys working there was like, "Hey Zach, this can only handle 50 watts. Put your hand on it." And I put my hand on it. It was like you could have cooked an egg on it.
Hey,
it was pretty hot.
That's not good.
So
there you go.
It just depends. I hate that. We talked about Chris Buck's pedal
last week. We talked about the
B-Tronics,
the Wampler already too. Someone asked about that.
Yeah,
we already. But this video will be up as long as I don't say anything that objectionable, egregious. Yeah.
Throw some heat shrink on that cable, it'll be fine. Yep. What about setting up a guitar for both slide and regular playing? I don't think Dylan, I don't believe
sets them up for anything.
I think it's just kind of it's higher than normal, like fretted action, but not as as high as, you know, if you were only playing slide would be. And Joey's kind of the same. Like, I've played Joey's guitars, and like I don't think that they're that high. As I've gotten a little older, I've slowly brought my action down. I used to keep my action pretty high, but I keep it usually around a mil at both the low and high string on the 12th fret. But I'm really like, I try to get all my guitars, even if they don't sound the same, I want them to feel like tension wise and playing
Pretty close.
Pretty close. So I have like a gauge and I'll measure. And
Yeah, you've got your numbers.
and they're all up here, and I kind of, you know, I have it all locked down. Oh, the new Benson. I haven't watched that TPS, so I can't speak to it.
They teased it a little bit. I think Chris posted. We had Non-Human Audio, who worked with Chris on there, has been in the chat. So but if he's still here, maybe he can get us some details. Because it's not coming out till later this summer. So I'm intrigued, too.
Oh,
So
Andrew. That's interesting.
Wow. Okay.
Well, have you ever tried one of the vintage Electro Harmonix plug-in boxes before they did their pedals? You picked up a broken LPB1. We'll be tinkering with it tonight. I've handled them. I've never tried one. But it's a very simple circuit. You can trace it very easily. An LPB1 has a very small number of parts. So you can, I would make an audio probe, probably. Right, Matthew?
An audio probe?
Uh-huh.
I'm pro probes.
You're all about probe. Matthew
In
loves a good probe.
Every situation. Big fan of probes. Probe plus, man.
Oh, jeez. But you can make an audio probe, or if you have an oscilloscope or a signal generator, you might not. An audio probe is a pretty easy thing to make. Basically, if you have a looper or something, plug in, like, well, on that, you'd have to open it up, plug it into the looper, because it has the cable on it, or get a little, you know, extension cable of some sort or another. And then you plug an audio probe into your amp, clamp the ground to the ground of the circuit, and then you can trace the signal going through the circuit with another lead. So you can say, okay, after the input cap, tap that connection. Is the sound of the looper coming through? Yes. Okay, move on to the next thing, and follow the signal path until you find where it stops. And when it stops, that part's probably dead. If I was going to try to repair a vintage linear power booster, I would first check the capacitors. I like how we just got our first thumbs down. Looks like just a second.
No, it's been on there for a while.
Oh, it has? Okay, good. Yeah. Give us a thumbs up, everybody. I would check the capacitors first, because capacitors have a shelf life. They typically only last about 20 years. So think about that when you're buying pedals. If something's from the 90s, guess what?
Might need some work.
Might need some new caps. And then the transistor, which would be just like a 2N3904. Really common part. And if you change it to a different transistor, as long as it's a BJT, it's not going to sound that different.
There you go. Everybody got all that?
There you go.
Everybody
You can rewind it.
Yeah.
Satin or gloss neck?
I'm good either way.
Yeah. Me too.
I'm good either way. I'm not sweaty enough to make the glossy necks bad.
Yeah, same.
I'm still here. Non-human. Ooh, I can spill some beans if you're curious. I mean...
about the circuit?
About the circuit for... Yeah, because it doesn't really say what the effect is on there. It felt like some modulation going on.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
Probing pedals.
Ooh.
Tension calculator, interesting. Oh, the Stringjoy tension calculator. I'm not into that. I'm not going to get too heady about it.
That's a little too much for you?
No, because none of that matters until it's on a guitar. So I'm very much just buy a bunch of gauges and try them until it feels right.
Probing pedals. Thumbs down or overpriced. Yes. Hey, Albus.
Hey, man. Okay, well, we've been going a little longer than normal. Remember, free USA shipping in the United States. Free USA shipping in the United States. Yeah. Free USA shipping on mythospedals.com with coupon code Positron.
Buy some stuff, feed our families.
That's right.
As I like to say. Ooh, there it is. It's a double line dynamic modulation.
Dang.
Okay.
That sounds like some technobabble from like Star Trek.
I like it.
Our double line dynamic modulator is not working, sir.
I'm giving it all she's got, Captain. It does sound, that sounds fancy.
It does.
I like that. Each channel has a different detection circuit, so they modulate differently. Ooh.
Okay.
This is I'm excited. Sounds like something new.
Blinded me with science.
Sounds like something new. I'm excited. Closer to a stable dynamic chorus, and the others are real warbly. Okay, there you go.
Interesting.
Neat. Well, excited to see it come out soon.
Yeah, I really liked Chris's delay. I thought that was. I played it at NAMM, and I thought that was really cool. Mm-hmm. It definitely had a voice that I'd never heard because he's using basically a digital chip and an analog. Mm-hmm. He's like flip the Chase Bliss script, you know. Digital chip and an analog, digital brain and an analog heart, or vice versa. I don't know.
Yeah.
Whatever they say, scratch that, reverse it. Mm-hmm. Anywho, buy a positron so Zach can rebrand it.
We've talked about it.
If the positron, if people really latch onto it, we could put it in a new. We could redesign it.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
We're gonna call it a big puffed. Someone suggested.
Oh yeah, was that an email? I think.
Yeah.
Someone said you should call it the Big Puffed, and I genuinely loved that idea.
That is pretty fun. Yeah.
But anywhoozers.
Well, we gotta eat.
We do have to eat, and
you gotta get a haircut. I need to eat. What are you gonna tease something?
Should we show this?
Yeah, it's fine. We show this. It's a Herculean.
So it's a Herculean.
Whoa.
But. Oh.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Look at that. Fancy.
Okay.
There you go.
That's it. We'll talk about that.
Everybody, play guitar.
Later.
Go play guitar.
Go play guitar.
That's it.
Call your mom.
Call your mom.
Call a friend and say,
yeah.
Hey, remember that thing you did in middle school? I'm still mad about that.
Whoa. And clean behind your ears.
That's it. All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
See ya.